What's up, everybody? It's Stephen Williams, founder and president of the creditrepairshop.com. While I was doing my workout, something came to my mind that I needed to speak to everyone about because I just don't believe enough of you are downloading the free letter that I'm giving you about the statute of limitations and about validating debt. And what I want to do right now is go into more detail about why that letter is so important, especially with the amount of debt that is being sold on the market right now. It is totally unbelievable. It's back up into the 20 and 25 million and 16 million range, way higher than it's been for months. Before the virus shutdown happened, we saw debt sales in the hundreds of millions of dollars. That is coming back, and it's going to even be more of a tidal wave. And a lot of the debt may not be in the statute of limitations range where it's going to be legal to collect. Hold on, I'm going to make sure that sound goes off. All right. Every time someone visits my website, this visitor thing comes up. I just like knowing that people are visiting my website. Now, so all of this debt is being put into the market, and this is going to be debt that is legally collectible, that will not be like the other debt that's been sold with the statute of limitations. And but it will be sold, but there's ways that you can make those debt collectors stop coming after you. And that letter that I give you is one of the best strategies that you can use to make them stop. And let me tell you a little bit about why that letter is so important. If you go to the uh, Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, and you go and you read it, there's a statute 807. You can see false and misleading representation. And if you look at that section, this is where my company has really focused on trying to stop debt collectors because, yes, you want to repair your credit, but at some point there's going to be debt collectors coming after you, and you have to manage both of those. That's what we do for our clients. We try to manage both of those, and one way is to try to slow the debt collectors down, especially if it's a debt that's not past statute of limitations, until the client can figure out which direction they want to go, and then also attacking it from the credit repair side to see what can be removed. But at some point, and all of you that are watching this video know that this is true. You can look at the comments, other YouTube channels, and people try to, skirt around it. You're going to be confronted with debts that you potentially have to pay. But that does not mean that you give up your legal right on what you can do to potentially stop a debt collector from coming after you for it. Let me give you this chip to put into your pocket right now. A debt collector only looks at you as a number, but the debt collector that calls you is looking at you as a person uh, to get you emotional, to get you to do something that you wouldn't normally do by putting pressure on you, by saying that you're a bad person or you're immoral or you need to pay your debts or we're gonna call your job and get a garnishment and all these things, which are all illegal if you look at the false and misleading representations on what they're doing as a debt collector by making those types of statements to you. But let's focus in on what I believe is like one of the number one things that you could do, which is the letter that I provide, and the link is below this video. But please listen to me so you can understand some of the points about it. First thing is that one of the first misrepresentations that they don't say but they imply when they send a letter to you from a debt collection company or when they make a call from a quote unquote lawyer based debt collection company is that they make you think that a lawyer has actually looked at the document that they're trying to collect money from you on. if the lawyer has looked at that document, on that salesperson that is usually making those phone calls would not be able to talk to you anymore. Anymore. They would not be able to talk to you anymore if they said that a lawyer had actually read and went through that file. Let me show you that this is true. Go grab one of your debt collection papers, look at the bottom and read it. This time I want you to read it through. And you will see that there's a section in there that will state that an attorney has not reviewed this debt for its accuracy. They must put that in there according to the Fair uh, Debt Collection Acts. They have to actually state if an attorney has reviewed it or if they're just trying to attempt that their debt collector attempts to collect the debt. But they imply by having a law firm as the name of the company, and it could be a legal law firm, and they imply it by having the sheet when they send it to you that is from a debt collection law firm. So they imply it, but they cannot actually say it, and you can read your sheet and you can see that. So this is your comeback on that. And I put this in that demand letter, but you have to do it the right way, and you have to actually quote the section in the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. If you don't do it, they're not going to pay attention to you. So you can come back when you get any debt collectors. You can ask them, number one, has an attorney reviewed this file? And if they're a legitimate debt collection company and an attorney has not reviewed the file, what most of them will do is they will either review it and see if it's worth going after, and if it's not worth going after, the attorney is going to just say, forget this one. Don't go after them for a few $100s or $500. It's got to be a high number for them to do it. The next thing is that when you do that dispute, they must put on your credit reports or make some type of notation you are disputing that account. This is something right now what we're going through with COVID, where it has the credit reporting agencies have gotten a waiver on updating that information. But what you can do on the other side is when you submit it to that collection agency, and if they don't put that on your reports, that is a violation because you're saying that you're disputing that account. They must put that on there because your reports must be accurate, 100% accurate. And if anything that you dispute, it must be notated on there. So if someone else is looking at offering you credit, you're able to say, I'm disputing that, and here's the legal notation on my credit reports. The other thing that you need to pay attention to is that they cannot misrepresent the legal status of the debt and misrepresent the compensation that they're getting from the debt. So if you ask them outright, did you purchase this debt, or are you collecting it for another debt collector, or are you uh, collecting it for the original creditor, they cannot misrepresent that relationship, because if they do, they are misrepresenting the compensation that they're getting for the debt. They can't say that we're representing this credit card company and the money is really going to them, and we're just getting our fee as an attorney, like we get, like a personal injury attorney, 30%. That's just, that's an easy one for you to understand because that's what they usually get, 33% or whatever. They cannot misrepresent that by saying that. So if they're getting 100% of the money and they bought this for pennies on the dollar, that's a misrepresentation. But the problem is that you have to get them to that point. The only way you're going to get them to that point is to send them an appropriate letter that gets them to know that either you've been talking to somebody or you know something about debt collection, and they better not make a mistake and respond to you the wrong way. When we usually send those letters out, what will usually come back is that they will either come back with more stronger details, and this is if it's a big account. They're not going to fool with this for small accounts. If it's a small account, they're going to send it back. But if it's a big account, they're going to either come back with more details or they're going to even cease with that. And we've even had it with large accounts where they had purchased some of these old credit card debts where people owed $5,000 and $6,000, and that letter was sent out, and they said that they're going to cease all collection activities. These are just some of the things that you can use in your back pocket when you're fighting debt collectors. There's a number of things that you can use. I won't go into them in this video, but there's a number of things that you can use. But I want to invite you to get the letter. The link is below this video. It has a cease and desist letter and it has a debt validation letter. Those usually knock it out of the ballpark. If it's either past statute of limitations or if it's a debt that you just got the demand letter from a debt collector. Now, uh, I believe that more people need to be downloading that letter because I see the comments, I see what people are going through, I see the debt that's being sold on the market, I watch the news. I have a lot of subscribers on here, and everyone is, unless you came here just to watch me on a video, you have some issue that you're dealing with your credit. And I'm giving you a letter that you can download and get that, at least get the ball rolling on something that you can do. All it takes is some action. Uh, if you don't have copies of your credit reports, please go to the website that I show here on the screen, your the number 3scores.com. That is one way that I help support the channel. And it's going to give you all of the information that you need. You got to have a paid monitoring service that will show you all of the details if something is being disputed, show you all three reports, show you all three scores. I also wanted to make an update that we do have trade lines available. So if you want to get trade lines, we do have them available, but you should only get them when you're ready to do what you're ready to do. So get your credit repaired first and then get that trade line on so you can either get a business loan, or if you're trying to get a house or something, you need to get that boost so you can get that lower score, the lower interest rate. Use an authorized user trade line. We had those available. They're $1,000 for 2 months service on there, and you can also renew. Uh, I think that that'll do it for today. Today is Saturday. I just want to get this video in. Had those thoughts in my mind after my workout. I really appreciate everyone's time. I really appreciate the comments. I'm going to be in there tonight answering comments and questions. And again, this is Stephen Williams, founder and president of the creditrepairshop.com. And before I close out, I want everyone to to continue thinking positive, because positive thinking is what really is the key to everything. When you think in your mind that certain things will happen for you, they will happen. It's like all these things, you'll be like a magnet. This solution will happen and that solution will happen, and this person will come in your life and that person will come in your life, and no, you'll be wondering how did all of this happen, and you don't need to worry about how it happened. I've told you that over and over and over again. Don't worry so much about how things are going to happen. If you use this letter and it works for you, are you going to worry so much about how did that letter work? You're watching this video probably because you've been wanting something to come into your life to help you get rid of a debt collector that's been hounding you. I'm that person that's coming into your life. You've been asking for me and you've been asking for help, and now the help is for you, and now you have to accept it and you have to take action. You can't just sit on the sideline. You can't just let another day pass and not do something about anything that you haven't been taking advantage of for your life to make it better. So if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do that now. Please like this video so we can bring more people that need help. That's the way that the algorithm is written, by people like you that came and watched the videos, they got help, they you liked the videos, you subscribed to the channel, and you got notified. That helps other people. That helps you help other people. So you are a big part of this channel also. So I'd like to thank you again. Uh, and if you need help with your credit, please visit thecreditrepairshop.com. And thank you. And until next time, this is Stephen Williams, founder and president of thecreditrepairshop.com. Thank you.